I guess one of the questions that a lot of people are asking, and probably myself, there's a couple of questions, but it all kind of falls into the same area. When he came out with the announcement, it was a big announcement going, and people were excited. It was about consolidating, I guess, the minor party, the right wing minor party, whether it's conservative to libertarian in that space. And when he said that he was going to make an announcement, people were thinking, okay, what's he going to do to consolidate it? And then the announcement was essentially another party. How does that stop it from splitting that right wing vote? How is that consolidating it? How is it not just making another party?
Without any disrespect to any other political party in this contest, like hand on heart, no disrespect to them, but this country needs a third force, a third player. We've got two and we need three. And by having an alliance with minor parties, it's not going to set us apart from the others. That's the first point. The second point is we may not necessarily agree with the policies of the other parties, and that's very important. And while we all believe in freedom, while we all do not want to be censored by the Labor Party, while we have a lot in common, the Trumpet of Patriots is going to be the third political force in the nation, and we have the resources to match Labor and Liberal. No other party does.
When people say, why didn't you just join, let's say, One Nation, that's already kind of an established party, a well-established party with a decent history that's managed to get a few people up, and take Clive's means and put it behind something like that. Why wouldn't they do that?
We tried.
Did you?
The short answer is we tried.
And what happened?
And Pauline
We
said
want the
no.
juicy stuff.
She has her own reasons for saying no, and out of the greatest respect to all political participants on the right, I will never have a bad word to say about any of them, because there's enough division as it is, and ultimately one day we'll all be fighting together in the same direction. I know that. It's my job. I'm the front rower in 2025, and I'm going to bust up the middle of the Labor and the Liberal Party, and I'm going to pave a way for others to follow. That's my job.
I want to show you a video from the leader of the Libertarian, and I want your reaction just before you go.
Okay.
He says,
the topic of possible cooperation between minor parties ahead of the federal election has been the hot topic on everyone's lips since Clive Palmer acquired the Trumpet of Patriots party and announced his decision to contest the federal election. The Libertarian Party has long said that we will engage in good faith discussions on collaboration, and as I've posted here before, 18 months ago I attempted to engage Clive Palmer and others about a plan for genuine Senate cooperation in a coalition ticket. The election will be called within the next few weeks, likely for 12th of April or 17th of May, and the window for genuine good faith discussions about cooperation is rapidly closing. Accordingly, the Libertarian Party's federal executive has decided to invite representatives from all minor parties to a summit to be held on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to discuss possible ways forward and possible options for cooperation. These may range from formal Senate coalition tickets to a grand primary strategy to simply discussion of preference flows and ensuring minor parties preference each other before the majors. If representatives from Trumpet of Patriots, One Nation and others do not attend a summit of this nature, then we can only conclude that they are not genuinely interested in more wide-reaching discussions of cooperation, and we will shift our focus to running the best federal campaign we can and not allow ourselves to be distracted by this continuing conversation. I would invite members and supporters of all of these parties to encourage their representatives to attend, and should nothing come of the summit, reassure them that I, as lead Senate candidate for the Libertarian Party in Victoria, have committed to continuing these discussions immediately from the Senate if elected, and also committed to genuine cooperation.
anyways, we get the point. What's your reaction to that? Will you join the summit? Will you guys?
So Ross Cameron is the chap that is the president of the Libertarian Party. I know that. And it's up to him to reach out to the chairman of Trumpet of Patriots. This is not something that candidates discuss, and it should be in their constitution like it's in my constitution. So I'm focused on policy and getting out there in the media and getting our policies out there. And whatever happens in the background is done by the party executive. So I'm not sure whether they've reached out to the right people. But like I said, our invitation was put out to them. You should be a party that has conviction and strength and ready to take on Labor and Liberal. You shouldn't be a party that sets yourself up to say, I need other parties to help me get across the line. That's, you've got to have strength of character.
Sure, but the way our system works, you do need, especially minor parties up against the big parties. You need the minor parties to preference each other before the major parties to ensure that anyone has a fighting chance, and not to split the votes of people that all agree with those three policies. I guess as the leader or as even a candidate, would you not want to ensure that they are in negotiations to work with the other minor parties, not even just for the other minor parties, but for your chance, and also for the fact that people that believe in those policies that you just mentioned, all three of them, I know they agree with, for the people that vote for you because they believe in your policy, that their vote doesn't go to waste if you don't get up. And if history is anything to go by, the chances of there being more than one or two of your candidates that do get up is low. It just hasn't happened before. I hope not. I hope, for me as a voter, I agree with a lot of most of the policies probably that you guys will come up with, and I think they cross over with the Libertarians and also One Nation. I might find here and there a different issue, but I would love to see any of them get up. But I just don't want the votes to be wasted. Let
me tell you something that nobody has considered. Okay, we are the new kid on the block. We are the Trumpet of Patriots. The Libertarians were putting out on social media for a long time that the UAP would not be participating in the election. Okay, so what they should have done was planned for their own campaign. They said to the public that we wouldn't be participating in this election. So they should have already have had their ground covered, their campaign sorted, and they should have already done the negotiations with the minor parties that they believe that they could align themselves with. We have been around for 5 minutes and we have our plan and our focus. So I don't feel bad for 1 minute. And I'm saying this in all honesty, those guys should have had their houses in order already. And I know that we're going to get enormous reach because we have the competitive advantage of being really well resourced, and we're going to fight as hard as we can. I'm going to fight my guts out for Australians. And without sounding, I'm thrilled that there are so many parties that have similar values to ours. We've got to do this. We are one party wins. Look at what the Greens have done as one party. One party wins, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to give it all I've got. The invitation's there if the other guys want to come to our party, throw in their applications, but I would have thought they had their game plan sorted out by now. It's not the Trumpet of Patriots coming in and, wrecking things for them. It could have been any other party that's come in. But I think they're worried because they know that Clive Palmer has a lot of resources to direct at this because it's just so important.
I don't speak on their behalf, and I don't really it doesn't worry me if they're worried. I'm looking at it from the voter's perspective. Somebody that is certainly going to vote for minor parties. I'm interested to know, if you don't get up, where are you going to place that support? Although, I know I can manually direct my own preferences, so it doesn't really matter.
That's right.
I will number it one by one, but I guess there are a lot of supporters out there that would be interested. If you enjoyed that clip from the Opposition Show, make sure to like, comment and share, but most importantly, head to theopposition.show and catch up on the full episode, which you can listen now for free. Or if you sign up and become a Rebel News Plus subscriber, you get full video access and all the other perks, including my Tuesday night show and full access to Rukshan and I's exclusive private extra few minutes at the end of every live broadcast, where you, as a paid sub, can actually call in and talk to us. It's a mere $8 a month for the full perks. But most of all, it helps us keep the lights on. The opposition.show. Join the Rebel News Plus family right now.